Well, tell us the whole thing. Go start from the beginning.
Man been in Little Bighorn. Cordiers, you remember
Oh yeah,
them?
yeah, I remember the name.
Okay, you probably don't remember their dad, though.
No, no.
Because
Was he a
was
Native
dead
American
before
then?
Yeah.
you guys came over there. But
The only
when
ones
we
who survived.
first moved up there, it was just a stump farm, you know. The timber had been cut,
Yeah.
but you had to pull the stumps and stuff before you could raise hay or anything.
Yeah.
This
And
is
they
in
was
the
our-
mission?
They
Yeah.
was our neighbors. And this old Indian was living with his boy and his wife. And he'd come down to our place because Mom had chickens. And he didn't come every day, but I mean, occasionally he'd come down and buy maybe a half a dozen eggs or a dozen, whatever, you know, and take them, and his daughter-in-law would make him an angel food cake. And he really liked that. Anyhow, he came down, and the folks was gone, and so he was telling me all these stories. He said he lost his last wife just below our place there. He said they had been to the fort, and they was walking home, and Buck always walks ahead
Yeah.
to make sure that everything's okay. And he heard a noise, and he turned around, and a grizzly had slapped her backpack, and I suppose she was packing a double load, you know,
Yeah.
and broke her back. And so then he got to telling about the Bighorn, and he said he was there. But he said he wasn't in the fighting or anything. He said he was just a kid. And he said the boys, their job was to herd the Indian ponies
Uh-huh.
and have them ready. And so he said he was on night duty. And he said they was waiting for this one tribe. And he said it was a tribe that we was scared to death of. He said if we met them in the woods someplace in Montana or whatever, they would wipe us out. He said we had to hide from them, you know, but he said they had sent runners from tribe to tribe, and so they was waiting until the tribes all got there, and this was one of the main tribes because they was the doggone mean, and I don't remember what tribe he said it was. Anyhow, he said it was just breaking day, and this tribe arrived. And he said the old chief was in full headdress, and he said he rode right up to me, and he said he pulled back his bow, and he said I was so scared I don't know why I didn't fall off my horse. And he said I just sat there petrified. And he said he let the bow down and says, "Brave warrior," and rode on into camp. and you know, you can check the time schedules out, and it all checks out. He died right at the start of the war. You know, either in 39 or 40 it was about that he died. And so that would have put him
At that
in
time.
Custer's last stand when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Wes
So,
and I seen a
he probably was
documentary
telling
on
the
TV about Custer's Last Stand, and it's totally different from what they've taught,
Yeah.
what they said. And they said Custer was actually an advocate for the Indians, and President Grant kept going to him trying to get him to do things right, and he was tired of Custer, and so because he was like that, and so they set it up to have him wiped out.
Who tells
And-
that story?
No, this